you not make the water hot enough?
It's definitely, like, the water is hot enough.
212 degrees, Dave, for black tea.
You can't get to 212 degrees because water boils at 100 degrees. I don't do freedom units.
Fahrenheit. Oh.
I don't do freedom units anymore.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that originally the Celsius scale, 0 was going to be...
Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry.
Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday, always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And today, I know exactly why I wrote these poems.
Gosh.
But...
no, I'm just worried now.
No, that's fair. But to get us into the realm of bad poetry, Dave, how about you hit us with your hastily written work?
So this is a poem, a found poem, kind of, I guess.
Okay.
Called Two Old Farmers. You know, I never. Yeah, but you could. But you could. Yeah, sure. But how's John? Who? John. He died. No. Yep, 16 years ago in May. No. Yep, time flies. No, I saw him yesterday. I mean, John, your brother. I don't have a brother, John. Tom, he was in my class. Sam, my name is Philip. Well, darn, Philip. My name is Philip. I guess it's good to meet you. Same. So how about them Vikings?
Whoa. That was a found poem.
That was a conversation I overheard, and it was one of the greatest things in my life.
What happened?
So I was at Senex. I was getting a cup of coffee.
Sure, as one does.
And I heard these two guys talking as I was filling up my coffee. And they were just chit-chatting and saying, like, nothing. Like, sure. The phrases they were using didn't mean anything. And then eventually, one of them asked about the other guy's brother. And it turns out that they thought they were talking to entirely different people, and these two had never met in their life. And they were both named Philip.
Oh my gosh.
It was the weirdest moment.
You like stumbled into like absurdist comedy or something.
Right.
What?
Well, and that last line is not an invention. Like, they realized they had not met before. I guess it's nice to meet you. Yeah. So how about them Vikings? And then they just kept talking.
Oh my gosh. It feels like someone was playing a prank on you, Dave.
There's
no way. That's incredible. And you've captured this moment in a really weird poem.
Yeah, in a poem that does not function.
Yeah. Definitely sparks the imagination. I have questions on your formatting for this, because you had some options. You could do like kind of stream of conscious, where you're adding the pauses, but it's printed as prose. There would be more ambiguity. Did you do a return? I'm going to use your term. Did you do a return on every line?
Yes.
Did you put quotation marks for every? Okay.
I did not put quotation marks.
Okay, more poetic, I think.
Yeah.
Then it's
originally
less a transcript.
when I got back into my car after, I wrote it and I had P1 and P2.
Oh, sure. That was my next question. That was my next question. And oh my gosh, in some strange way, P1 and P2 could be person one, person two, and then it's revealed to be Philip at the end.
Yeah.
So did you keep the P1 and P2, or did you take that out?
I took that out, and so it's just one of them is in normal print, and one of them is in italic.
Ah.
Just so I could try and keep track of voice, which I did not do a good job of.
You were doing different voices?
Yeah. I did like a higher voice and a lower voice, and I did not do a good job of it. I was trying, and it did not happen.
Oh, this might be my favorite. Of one of your poems in a long time.
It's absolute trash, which is why it's kind of good.
This is what we live for here on this show. The choices you made and your reading Perfect, Dave. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm the best. I get it.
Yeah. Well, we have scraped the bottom of the barrel.
As if we weren't already.
Yes. And so, in some strange way, we are going to be doing a deep dive into a genre of my old poems.
Oh.
So I took German for 4 years in high school.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You've told me this.
Yes.
And I am equal parts excited and scared.
And so Herr Kaiser, who was a redhead American, but his last name was Kaiser, so it's hilarious. He was our German teacher, and really just because he was a nerd was the reason I took German and not anything else.
Nice.
But I think this must have been junior year. He had a poetry section in our class. We had to read some of the German poets and then write our own.
Goethe.
Like Goethe, yes.
That's the only German poet or writer I can name.
Herr Kaiser was always, I mean, he was obsessed with like the German 80s like punk movement. So we listened to a lot of German 80s punk. And we also...
Dear listeners, my eyebrows could not be more furrowed.
Yes, it's a genre. I have a CD. He gave all his seniors when we graduated a burned copy of every song we studied in class, which is awesome.
That's actually sick.
So we would look at German lyrics and we would read a lot of those German fairy tale, like the guy who jumps out and snips your thumb off if you suck your thumb.
Okay, I lied. I thought my brows couldn't get more furrowed.
German nursery rhymes are bleak. They are scary, scary stuff. And I remember there was these two boys who were like troublemakers, and they'd always try and pull a prank and then get in trouble. And oftentimes, I think they would die.
Good.
And so my best friend and I chose to write for one of our final projects another tale of that, and we did it in rhyme, which I wish I had that.
Yeah.
I'd have to do a little more digging. I haven't found that yet, but if I ever track that down, that will be an episode itself.
See, now you need to reach out to Herr Kaiser so that you can say, hey, do you have this poem that I wrote? And Herr Kaiser can explain, I don't need to have it. It is burned into my memory. I'm imagining him as like a kind of Werner Herzog.
You know, could it be any more opposite?
Yes, Aaron, I have your poem. It is like in the very depths of my soul.
Bubbly youth director is kind of more his vibe. Okay. Yeah. So the poems that I have for us today, I just translated some of my favorites.
Wow.
From my anthologies, and I turned them in.
Okay.
For the assignment. So I thought we'd play a game. I'm going to read to you these untranslated German poems. I literally don't remember like a lick of German. So you and I are going to try and guess what the poem is and what's it about. And if by some crazy happenstance we remember which poem this might be in English, we can guess that too.
Here's something for the audience, all three of them to know. I have studied Greek formally for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I've studied Latin for 3 years. I've studied Hebrew for 4 years. And I have studied Spanish in middle school. I know a couple of German songs because our middle school choir director made us sing them. I do not know German.
This is going to be great.
I hate you.
And when I read German in class, and this was senior year, my friend Colin said, Aaron, we should call you the butcher because you just butchered that. So
nice.
It's been a while, and this is going to be bleak.
It's been a while.
Our first poem from the German assignment is titled Ein Alptraum.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I know already. Just read it, and then I'll tell you.
Eine Universität kann Leben nicht lehren. Mein Kopf schwindt. Meine Beine können nicht entspannen. Ich fahre diesen Fahrstuhl. Die Elektrizität versat mich. Ich kann kaum atmen. Ich warte auf den Boden.
So it's about going to college of language or love and being electrocuted in Spain.
I could hear where you got that. Universitate and electricitate.
Yeah.
I feel like I was trying to rhyme those two words, but
Yeah,
they're at
they
the
don't rhyme.
No, and they're at the beginning of the line, so it doesn't even make sense. Alptraum is German for nightmare.
Alptraum.
Alp Alptraum. Okay, Alptraum.
Drop this poem in the chat, please.
Okay, will do.
The universal cans of Laban are not Tommy Loren. Mein Kampf. my head.
My
right?
Kopf.
My head.
Not Kampf. Kopf.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
My head
swims.
swims.
Yes.
My hiney.
My body cannot move. Or wait, I don't know.
This is so terrible.
Okay, we're gonna enter this into Google Translate.
Oh, good.
Fascinating. Okay. Ready for the translation? It's actually a pretty decent one.
Okay.
German was in fact detected. So
good.
There's that. It says a university cannot teach life. My head is swimming. My legs can't relax. I ride this elevator. The electricity fails around me. I can hardly breathe. I'm waiting on the ground. I'm waiting for the ground. So like I'm in a free fall in an elevator.
Truly terrible.
Yeah. Okay, I need to pull up. I think this was from Analogy of Life.
I thought it was from Thoughts of a Annoyance.
Thoughts of a Boy and Other Sad Stories? Or
No,
Thoughts of a
no.
Misunderstood?
No. Thoughts of an Annoyance.
Oh, okay. I think this is a kind of an original. But in that I wasn't translating directly, I think this gets to my beginning to Analogy of Life where I compare life to falling down until you hit the bottom.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That was one. I have 3 more. Okay. Here's one called Feiern. Ich feiere.
This is... I would just like to clarify that we have been doing this podcast for years, and we are still deciding to read poetry in German when neither of us speak it and you can't read it.
Yes.
I want to make that crystal clear for everybody.
I know you're just crawling in secondhand embarrassment and firsthand and
I have given up on feeling embarrassed for you.
Oh, okay.
I feel embarrassment only for myself.
Yeah, here we go. Ich feiere den Tag von reinem Freuden, von Entspannung, von Zeit, nur zu schlafen. Nichts ist frei, aber Zeit ist unbezahlbar. Something about free.
Yep, I also got that, I guess.
Zeit, I think, is time. Tag is day.
Yeah. Entspannung.
Yeah, that's a fun word.
That's a great word.
What word does that mean? Oh, I use entspannen.
I was going to say, you use another form of it in the first poem.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
No, lack of vocabulary.
Well, Entspannung is to relax. Oh, so my legs couldn't relax. And here, anyway, this is called celebrate. Did you get that? Feiern is celebrate. So this is, I celebrate the day.
Can I just say, again, it sounded like you were doing that in an Irish accent rather than a German.
Oh, I've said this many times. All of my accents eventually devolve to Irish. And not a good one.
Mine always go to a stereotypical Indian accent, which is why I don't do accents. Yeah. Because that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, my Irish is probably very offensive to the Irish, too. So here's the translation. I celebrate the day of pure peace, of relaxation, of time just to sleep. Nothing is free, but time is priceless.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, like, I want to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need una nap.
Una nap. Wow. Yeah, not a very exciting poem.
No.
Again, Herr Kaiser was very grateful. Grateful is not the right word.
He was very grateful when I left his class.
It was, what word was I looking for? Generous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentle with you.
Yeah.
Gregarious. Gerontology.
This third one, again, I have four. So this third one is
dear
called...
listeners, we've made it to the halfway point.
Yes.
I am so proud of you for surviving through this. If you need to, please take a break. Get a sip of cold water to really ease the suffering. Okay, you can keep going, Aaron.
Yeah, sounds good. So this one is called Stille.
Never mind. You might as well just shut it off.
Do you know what Stille means?
Still? Silent?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So
It's
here we go.
because I'm a genius, and definitely not because I only know German through songs.
Stille Nacht.
Stille Nacht, yeah.
Here is Stille. Stille ist das leere Gemälde für die Komponist. Die leeren Seiten warten so geformt wurden wir zerstört. In ein Meisterwerk des Klangs gemacht zu werden. Eine Mona Lisa der Noten. Ein Rushmore der Melodie.
I wonder where this is going.
Und den Komponist sitzt in schweigsamen Inhalt.
I think this one might be about silence, Aaron.
I think this one is Silence 3.
Really?
Yeah. Why of all of the Silence saga did I choose this one? Oh boy.
Yeah. I did giggle at Meisterwerk. That's a fun word.
That is a fun word. A composition?
Yeah, like a masterpiece.
Yeah, a masterpiece, yeah. Oh man. So this is for sure the only one that is like word for word a direct translation of Silence, which I said we had put to bed last week. Here it is again.
I am suffocating in this silence.
The last one, I think, must have been a certain assignment or something that I chose to do. And this is an acrostic.
Ooh.
A German acrostic spelling a German word.
Okay.
Yeah. So this will be the last one that we do. And it's called, it doesn't have I think it's called Duncan, which would be thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Duncan?
Duncan, yeah.
E-N?
Yeah.
But isn't it Dunke?
I think this is a...
I don't know grammar.
I think
this
this was one of those optional endings, those things you do.
No, I was just thinking, because like...
Dusty, dane, 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 and...
Shrek is very thankful, because he's always saying, Donkey!
Was that what you were working for this whole time?
I was not.
That was a stroke of inspiration?
Yeah, that was a flash of lightning that I caught in a bottle /Zoom call.
Oh, Dave.
Donkey! The impression's getting worse.
Okay, here we go. Du denke an mich. Ach, ich kann ein Problem sein. Noch verlasse du nie mich. Keiner verstehe mich, aber du. Einsamkeit ist, was du verschwüsche. Okay.
I had no idea this poem switched into gibberish.
Nacht kommt schnell ohne du.
Yes. Yes.
I couldn't tell you gosh, I'm sorry, Herr Kaiser. Not that you're ever going to hear this, but I wish I could recall any of these words.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm getting from this is Himmel und Erde müssen vergehen, aber die Musici, bleiben stehen.
I'm trying to think of what opera you could possibly be quoting.
Not an opera, again, 7th grade choir, baby.
Really?
Yeah. I have a memory for things that don't matter.
7th grade choir. What was the song?
All things shall perish from under the sun. Music alone shall live. Music alone shall live. Music alone shall live, never to die.
Lovely.
Well, and it brings a lot of peace in this situation because your poetry will fade away one day.
Yes.
And it will be no more. But music will last.
And we can be thankful for that. So this is an interesting one. It spells out think. Mm-hmm. Down the side, here's the translation. You think of me. Oh, I can be a problem. You'll never leave me, yet nobody understands me but you. Loneliness is what you chase away. Night comes quickly without you. Thank you for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Yeah, so I'm thanking someone for being patient with me, the problem.
Yeah.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
This is why we can't do this podcast, Aaron.
Oh, yeah. Dave, really, this is a poem that I wrote for you in an expression of thanks for the problems that you put up with on this podcast and how only you alone understand me and night comes quickly without you.
So as a thank you for putting me through this,
I wrote you a German acrostic poem.
You wrote me a German acrostic terrible poem.
In high school. It was a lot of foresight there. I hadn't met you yet, but
just haven't met you yet.
Yes.
Are we just doing a podcast based on
song
little snippets of songs?
I'm going to look up a German poem now. Dave, this little dive into my German homework.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
Yeah.
I clearly thought it would be really fun to take my emo self and put it to the page in a different language. Mm-hmm. Really the Wanderlust of is seen in here. This is the tragedy of what's his name?
Your name is Aaron.
No, there's that one. Werner
Herzog.
No, young Werner. Young Werner?
What are you talking about?
Werther. The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe.
Okay, so Aaron, I would like to take this time to explore how I feel about your German poetry. I would say it is der Müll, or der Abfall, or maybe even der Kitsch. Those are 3 words for garbage.
Ah. Well, great. German for garbage.
Yeah. Indeed. Or, if you'll allow me, Scheiße.
I'm going to have to bleep that now.
Yes, you will.
The funny thing is, a lot of Germans just cuss in English, which is...
Yeah.
For anyone who has heard this, my German, I apologize for what I have put you through. But we're going to end this week with the words of a true poem. This week coming to us from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. And this is Die Schöne Nacht, or The Beautiful Night. Nun verlass ich dessen Hütte, meiner Liebsten Aufenthalt. Wandel. I'm going to read the translation.
Yes.
This is the English translation provided by Richard Stokes. Now I leave this hut where my beloved dwells, walk with muffled steps through the desolate dark wood. The moon breaks through brush and oak trees, the west wind announces her presence, and the bowing birch trees strew sweetness essence in her path. How exquisite is the coolness of this beautiful summer night. Oh, how I feel in this silence. What fills the hearts with happiness Its rapture can scarcely be grasped, and yet, O heaven, I would forego 1,000 such nights if my beloved would grant me one. Dave, I think I like pulled the trifecta there. I pulled a poem with night and silence and the longing for the presence of a loved one. And what was my other crap one? Just to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
We did it.
Good work.
This has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some of your own bad poetry. And I would also like to leave you with this poem.
Rhyme free doesn't matter.